All right, so we've done 2 amazing mocktails. I can't wait to see the 3rd one. But first, I wanted to talk about this week's giveaway, which hopefully you're as excited about the Alice and Magician products as we are, and you want to try it for yourself. So you can enter to win a mist and an elixir of your choice by leaving in the comments below a cocktail that you want to use it with. I think that would be really great. I know we're all going to be brainstorming after this. All right, so Aaron, what is the 3rd mocktail that we are making today?
Sure. So our first one is really light and refreshing. Our second one was much richer and heavier.
Yep.
And now we're going to go kind of in the middle, and we're going to play with another element that we haven't played with before in mocktails, which is tannin. In this case, tannin from tea. So the first ingredient here is some Earl Grey tea. Now Earl Grey is just a really good middle-of-the-road tea. It's not too bitter. It's got flavor, but it's not overpowering flavor like a smoky tea or something like that. And what the tannin does and the bitterness does is it does another textural thing for us. The astringency, kind of like tannin in wine, mimics in a lot of ways the intensity of alcohol. And so it's just another layer of complexity and texture and mouthfeel that makes it really interesting to drink, but also takes it a step away from just bubbly juice, because that's one of the dangers of a mocktail, right? Is like, you can call it a mocktail, but sometimes it's just juice and bubbles, which is great, but that doesn't necessarily make it a mocktail. So we want the depth and complexity and texture. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did in the sweet cocktail, which is bring out the sweetness using aroma without using sugar. And then we're going to add some really, really interesting fresh citrus aromas too. So
exciting.
Let's get started.
Okay.
First ingredient is the Earl Grey tea. So we're going to add some of that. And when you're brewing this too, you want to make sure that you don't over brew it. Brewing tea can be really delicate sometimes. You don't want to extract too much tannin and astringency. You want to get just the right amount of flavor. So that's really important. Next, we made another gum syrup. In this case, it's a blackberry syrup. So you get a really nice blackberry flavor, nice blackberry color, just a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of that additional texture. And then we're also going to add some fresh lemon juice. Now, lemon juice works great in this recipe rather than lime juice because it has the citric acid without having a really, really forward flavor. We're going to get most of the flavor from the tea and the blackberry and the citrus and the aromatics, so we don't want to overpower the flavor. Next, this is baking spice elixir. Now, the baking spice elixir has all of the things that you would traditionally kind of associate with sweets and pastries. So vanilla and cocoa and tonka bean. So when you smell it, it smells like really sweet things, almost like vanilla cookies or chocolate chip cookies. And then when you add it to something like this with fruit, it takes, instead of fresh fruit, it takes on a kind of fruit pie quality too. So it's going to increase your perception of sweetness without actually adding sweetness to it. So this we're adding about 5 drops. I might have done 6 in there, that's fine. And then we're going to chill it down with some ice before we strain it.
And I really like how it's complementing the fruit, because I would have automatically gone to, oh, we'll put citrus in it because we have the blackberry, but I like how this is adding and not just enhancing.
Yeah, and we kind of think about it in 2 ways. Do you want to take something that's already in there and turn the volume way up on it? Or do you want to add another element in that might be either difficult to add in, or you wouldn't want to add it in and dilute the cocktail? So there's a number of ways to think about it. In this case, we're complementing things that are already in there, and we're also going to add some elements that aren't.
Neat.
We're just going to give that a nice stir and chill this down. You can see that maintains a really, really nice semi-transparent color too.
Oh, yep, it definitely smells like cookies in here now.
So with these wider glasses, you get less concentrated headspace. So sometimes the aromatics that you missed on top can fade a little bit more quickly. So don't be afraid to add them when you're halfway through the drink also. In fact, you can add these with every sip if you wanted to. Feel free to experiment. So this is Sicilian Lemon. This aromatic is one of my favorite lemons that I've ever had in the entire world. There's something about the lemons in Sicily, I can't say scientifically why they're so good, but they're so fresh, they're so bright, so juicy and so sweet smelling without being sweet tasting. So this will add some of that really, really bright freshness. Balance everything out, and then we're just going to add 1 blackberry in there as a treat for when you finish.
This looks great. Like, all these look amazing, and I think, you know, if you go to any party or restaurant, be happy to have them. As though if you guys, you sprayed the lemon, I feel like I can almost taste the lemon, even though there's no lemon in there.
And so
But
if
it's still
there's,
good.
your brain is really good at making connections too. So if you smell lemon and you taste sweet and sour, your brain will think lemon. So you can really, really take some of the most exotic ingredients in the world, which is what we do. We're going to go around the world and find, like, where are the best lemons? Where is the best lime leaf? Where is the best rosemary growing? Extract it in a really unique way and concentrate it and then add it here. So it never goes bad. You don't have to go to the grocery store every few days to get your garnishes, so it's a really convenient thing too.
Yeah, and I keep wanting to say this one's my favorite now, but everyone that you make is my favorite, so this is my 3rd favorite. Click on the card to see more recipes from this episode.